Hello, welcome to the Samara virus.
You're so loud, you pathetic fuck! Motherfucker! I will kill you like I do your wife! You're so loud, you pathetic fuck! Motherfucker! I will kill you like I do!
So, that was the Samara virus. Now, right now, Samara is completely harmless. There are some things in the code that I do not have active, which basically goes through every directory and deletes it. Right now, I just have it set to what it's at right now. And in addition to this, if I had it turned on, it would be taking your desktop and your icons down here at the bottom on your toolbar. It would make them there and then disappear. It would just keep doing it just like it was with the colors in the background. That's kind of how that works. Anyway, moving on to this. So basically, this is all the bad code. I'll go over it, but right here are like all the global variables that you're using. I designed this program just as a prank, but I'm going to end up making it something horrible. So as these global variables get going in these structures or whatnot and the functions, this is basically taking control of the Windows 10 lighting for the gamma, which is why you see the light flashing and going dark to light, dark to light. Just basically grabbing hold of those functions. And we go into the region of the form load. I want to explain how regions work. You never want to use it for small bits of block for as far as code goes. You want to use it if you're going to have some, a substantial amount of code in one area, like I do here. You wouldn't want to just use it on like your Windows form loader, something like this, or even something, of this nature. It makes the code more readable if you have it in regions. I'm going to go back up just so you guys can see this code. This right here is taking this wallpaper that I have right here, and it's changing it. It changes it to this. Now, if you wanted to, you could take this right here and copy it and change this to another image. But you'd basically copy this, you'd bring it down to your timers. Like right here is your timers. You'd basically go in each one of these and you would set it in, and you would do it here. You'd do it down at the next one. And you could have a image set up for a different image for each one of those with a different path. And it would literally flash through changing all these backgrounds as everything else is going on too. You guys will have to forgive me. I'm a little tired. I've been not sleeping well and I've been coding well. So anyway, as we get going, basically for this not to hurt your computer, you need to leave out region 3. Okay. Just don't add that. And this isn't effective because this right here, I have quoted out in my form load, which I'll show you. You can actually see it right here. If I were to, take this off and then for some reason my keyboard's being a piece of shit. But anyway, sometimes Visual Studios does that and you have to restart it if you get going and it's not copying and pasting the way you want it to. Anyway, I'd undo that and then, it would go through and do some horrible things. But if you want to use this just as a prank, don't add the region 3 to it. Just leave it out. So moving back up, I'm going to pick up where we left off. This is a form load events. This is some audio that you hear when this starts up. If you wanted that to be something else, you would have to go under projects and you would have to go under your resources and you would go here, go to existing and change this to audio. And then wherever you had an audio file is where you would capture that from. I don't have any right here, right off right now anyway, but had already put them in here, but that's how that would work. And then you would bring it into here and close this out, and then you just add these extensions. And you could find those extensions if you want to copy them quickly. You can go to your Solution Explorer, and if you go to Resources, and say you were to right click on this, you just go you'd click on Copy Full Path, and then you would just highlight this area, and then go ahead and copy and paste it onto there. That's how easily and quickly that would be if you wanted to do it that way. So I want to show you the form. These are the timers. Might as well get into those. It's important to pay attention to each value on each timer. And if we were to look at this image, you can see that I have it far pulled over this box. There's a reason for that, is because I need it to fit properly inside my form that I've told to make a circle, which is that paint section I'm going to get into in a minute. It'll turn your form completely circular. I also have underneath this, there are 2 scroll bars, and you'll have to go into under View and go to Toolbox, and you would have to scroll down, and you would have to add those are track bars, forgive me, I don't want to misguide you. These are track bars, and you would add 2 of them here. You wouldn't name them anything differently. They're just regular track bar 1 and track bar 2. I didn't adjust any of the values because the code does it for you when you go to do it. So we have that dealt with. I'm just going to go ahead and pull this out. If I were to scroll down, this is just going into some timers and the opacity. Just the opacity I don't really need there. And this is getting into the drawing graphics with the box and all that, where it's making it circular. Let's see. So this hand that you see when I start up this program, that's hovering over the thing, that is a hand that I went online, and you can go in online and just type in like bloody hand. And you can go under images, and you can find all kinds of bloody hands, and then you can just download the image, and then you can turn it into a cur file. You can type in like PNG to cur, and you'd want to go to all, and you can see here they have converters. You can go right there and convert that. The curs are the mouse icons. That's what their file extensions are called. A lot of people don't know that. I didn't know it for a while, and then I figured it out when I was doing some coding. And as we get going down, this is changing the colors that you saw when I started this program. You saw this over here on the side changing from black to white and stuff. You can actually have it change to all kinds of colors. Like if I were to go here and pull this out, you're going to see all kinds of colors pop up here. And, there's a shit ton. But you could go through and change that. You could have these right here. You could have it any color you want. It really doesn't matter. Anything from that list. This is going down through the form closing. This is just kind of setting your gamma back to the way it was as far as your lighting, because sometimes it'll set it dark. This is the GC collector that's just kind of throwing out, reallocating RAM when the program closes and stuff. This is your form paint. That is, part of your Windows form becoming circular. And this is your desktop brightness contrast. I'm just going to pull this out and slide this over so you can see all that code. This is just going in and doing some math to make sure that everything's round and tight. And this section, like I said, you probably don't want to really fuck with it. If you don't want to fuck up your computer, it's probably best you leave it out. But it goes into users, public, desktop, and documents, and different places. And then it goes in and gets Google, Firefox. It basically eliminates all your browsers, and these are all different types of browsers. And this part right here is copying itself to registry for startup. So every time If this said run once right here, it'll only start up once at startup, but this is telling it to start up all the time. And then you have public pictures and C backup. It's deleting all the backup directories, every folder, and well, every file inside of it, and all the subdirectory files it will delete. And this is a Samara Death Touch that just kind of complements that. And this will, if someone tries to open CMD when this was active, they wouldn't be able to. And then we get into our timers. I know I kind of breezed through this kind of quickly. I don't like doing tutorials where I'm sitting there typing out everything I've already typed out. I do make sure that you guys can see the code and type it out yourselves. The way I see it, if I have to do the work, so don't you. I'm not doing it to be a dick. It's just, I think it's decent that I share this code with you as it is, and I want you guys to have fun and do your stuff. But anyway, that's a Samara, and I will give you one last demonstration.
You're so loud, you pathetic fuck! Motherfucker! I will kill you! Like I do! You're mine! You're so loud, you...
And there you have it. You guys have a good one.